How the hell are you? It's Thursday. It's practically the end of the work week. I know that I only have a few more hours to do tomorrow. If you're here, comment up, man. I'm ready to go because we got 2 hours to wrap. Surprisingly, no comments. That's okay. Hopefully we get some more people in here again. Thank you. I am Captain Jack. It is Thursday. You don't know jack about sports. And again, near the end of the work week. I remember when I was in college, and when you're a freshman, you unless somebody tells you this, you don't schedule classes early on Friday. And my freshman year at Florida, I had a chem lab at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. Thanks for playing. Learned a valuable lesson there. And I'm not a drinker. I'm not, but as you guys know that. But I would stay out late on a Thursday because that's the start of the weekend in Florida. Thursday night. This is the start of the weekend, especially if you're in college. So, how's your weekend going? How's it looking? We had a 3-day weekend. Some people, military, had a 4-day weekend for Memorial Day. And again, I hope people took time out to remember, what Memorial Day is about. It's about our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, and Coast Guardsmen, and even the civilians that worked with them, that laid down their lives so we could still be here. I'm hoping you guys can hear me because this is a new setup. I got my old computer, my regular computers. Remember, I was using my backup computer. It's right there. And I've been going through the process of, putting the old websites that I had. And by the way, just a reminder. If you ever do have your computer go back to nothing, I would advise you, the first site that you hit is Google. Sign into your Google account because I didn't do that. And I went in there and I'm like, oh my God, I lost all my bookmarks, all of them. And they're still lost. But I had to go to my old computer, look up a site, right? And then say, okay, then put it in, put the URL code in there. And then I had to get everything squared away. But it was like, wow. Then when I remembered that, or when I was going through the process of signing into Google, all my passwords were there. Facebook user, I'll try again in 5 minutes. Oh, okay. I guess you guys can hear me, I guess. We have a few people that are watching. Looks like 3. Let me see if I can go to the, my computer is slow. And it's brand, I said it's brand new. I don't know why. I don't know why that it's acting as slow as maybe it's batteries for the maybe I need batteries for my mouse. Maybe I need batteries for my mouse. That's possible. But wow, pardon me. Okay, we got some comments. Jack Kenna, thanks for being here. I gotta change my. I like the black. Was it the black profile? I gotta change that. Brady isn't coming back. Okay. What's your latest there? We'll see. And the way that I won't say his name that Jack McKenna says. I'll just call him Coach. The way that Coach is thinking, it's like, hey, no skin off my back. Hey, if he's here for, I don't know when he's going to be back, but I expect him to be here by, the season. But he didn't really give you a warm fuzzy there about, when he's going to be coming back. And I know that and Jack Kenna, almost as a lot of people, don't like Jimmy Garoppolo being injury prone. Well, it's the way it is. Brady hopped on Rich Eisen's show and said he is retired. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. I'd like to have Jimmy Garoppolo as my quarterback. I really would. The problem is, and this is the only problem, the problem is if he is not, the one problem that we don't have is we don't have to pay him. If he's not there, we don't have to pay him, because I like the fact that they had addendum G, addendum golf, addendum Garoppolo added to the contract, right? Which was smart. So it basically, you either, pardon me, you either get well or you don't play for us, and we don't pay you. Jack's comments is quicker on the YouTube than it is on the StreamYard. So again, if you're here, sign in. We all want to hear. We all want a healthy Jimmy G, but you forgot a lot of T's. I'm sure you meant like B, U, T, 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 but and then Ed with the counter. Hey, how you doing, Ed? By the way, Ed, no information from my work. Par for the effing course. Remember, today was June 1st. Ed knows what I meant. Ed says when Jimmy goes down, Brady's going to be in. We'll see. I don't care. I do know that who was it? There was one person that had us going 3-14. 3-14. Because I saw it. I can't remember. It was on Instagram. I know who it is, so I'm not going to give him. I'm not going to give him due. But this video had us going 3-14, losing the first 10 games in a row, 0-10, which was like the year in when we were in Oakland. We were 0-10, and then we beat the Chiefs on a Thursday night. Jack says the Raiders knew he was unhealthy and maybe the quarterback should have been drafted early. No, I disagree. Where we got O'Connell was a steal. And according to reports, and again, I can only give you the information I know. He was playing well in OTAs. Granted, it's the lingerie league. You know, you playing in shorts and t-shirts, but he was throwing the ball around well. Jason Goff, good to see you, brother. Nobody in New England wants Brady to ever wear the silver and black. Just on that alone, I would like to see it, even though I can't stand the thought of it. But pissing Boston fans off, that'd be funny. I mean, it was great the other day when the Celtics, and Jason, you might be a Celtics fan, I don't know, but I can't stand any Boston teams. Cannot stand any Boston teams. When the Bruins went out in the first round of the playoffs, I was giddy. I was goony goo goo giddy. And then the Celtics, okay, took it to 7 for the Eastern Conference Finals in basketball, but at least the Heat won. Oh, hell no. Good. Thanks, Jason. Ed says, but nobody's shown their cards, the Raiders nor Brady, and won't start. Now, I agree with that. But again, here's what I want. I want a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what I want. I want a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo. And if not a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, then if it's possible, I will take freaking TB12 as our quarterback, because who else is available? Jimmy Farrell, good to see you. Yeah, take 3/4 of ownership votes even if TB12 wants to come back, which you said no. Yeah, and that's the other thing, because I was talking about that today. Figure you need 24 out of 32, right? Here's the no's right off the bat. The Chargers, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. There's 3 no's right there. Here's another 3. Tampa Bay, New England, and Miami. That's 6. Right? Which means you can only lose 2 more votes. Only lose 2 more votes. So nobody in the AFC West is going to say yes. Miami isn't. Tampa Bay isn't. And New England isn't. So there's 6 no votes right there. So you can only have 2 more no's. You get to 3, it's not happening anyway. Right? Am I wrong to hypothesize like that? Hey, what's up, buddy? Gabe's in the house. And by the way, if you watched yesterday for the Wild Wild West, we had a power outage here. And it was out. The power out was out for like most of the show. It came back in late, and I wasn't going to come into the show late. I don't know what was talked about. I didn't see the show yet. I'm sure it was cool. I'm sure they were talking about Garoppolo. I like this for Mike Sarah. Yeah, for not wanting to worry about Jimmy G. Everybody seems to be worried. You're right. And you get a salute from Jack Kenna. I'm watching, and right now, Miami's getting beat on Denver's home court, 41, make it 43-35, 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Wow, it's the second quarter already? Man, I wasn't even paying attention. I saw the coach in the pregame was saying that every series that Miami has played this year, they've gone and won game 1 on the opposition's court. He said, not tonight. Oh, T3 came on? Cool. Thanks, Mike. I'm glad, because T3 is awesome. I'm glad. I think New England would let TB12. I don't think so, Jack Kenna. Oh, okay, yeah. And Jason, there's your 8. San Francisco would probably say no. The Bills would say no. Anybody that has any, if we're especially if we're playing them this year. Pittsburgh, no, they ain't gonna say yes. Like I said, it's immaterial because they would need 24 yes votes. I don't think they're going to get 24 yes votes. Possibly. Hey, thanks, Matt. Honest was this. Honesty goes a long way. They could have told us the truth about Jimmy G presser being delayed instead. Nothing to see here. Well, they did not tell us. They didn't lie to you. It's poker. They didn't lie to you. They just didn't say everything. It's like if you're going out with a really good looking girl, right? And you don't ask her, is she going to automatically offer up that she has an OnlyFans, she has a boyfriend and a husband, that she has kids? She ain't going to say that. It's not lying, but it's just not, going to be offered up. So they didn't lie to you. They just, and I do like the fact that there is nothing to say. There's nothing to see here. Move along. Because we don't know. If Jimmy G can't play, the good thing is that we're not going to pay him any money. That's true. And Ed Winchell has it as well. We knew he was damaged goods. We didn't know how damaged he was, though. Because why? And I'll tell you why. Because the Niners stated he didn't need surgery, and they were waiting for him to come back for the playoffs. Did he come back for the playoffs? No, he did not. But they thought, well, maybe if they go to the Super Bowl, he would be ready to play in the Super Bowl. That's really what they were waiting on. But now we know he wouldn't have, if the Niners would have beat the Eagles, he wasn't going to play. Any idea on the JG deadline on his deal with their? Yeah, according to and somebody tell me if I'm wrong. According to Addendum G, I think it's when you're ready to go for training camp. I think it's training camp time. Figure August. Just powering through the lane, 50-37, Denver. And Jokic is yoked up. He kind of looks to me like anybody remember Big Country? The kid that played at Oklahoma years ago. What was his name? Big Country. He looks like Big Country, except he's more of that because he is, Eastern European. He does look like an Eastern European Big Country. Oh, just the biggest lie is it's not a well, okay. Matt feels like that. What's the biggest lie is it's not a rebuild. Okay. Technically, it's not a rebuild if you don't draft a quarterback in the first round. Technically. Okay, now, Jack, I'm going to tell you this was the issue. If JG can't play, then the Raiders should have matched Stidham's 2-year contract. I'm sure Richie is laughing now. Okay, here's where you're wrong. Stidham was gone already because the Raiders made him an offer and Stidham wanted more and he bolted. You get what I'm saying? The Raiders had an offer in mind that was floated out to Stidham. So he said, I wanted more. Denver offered him more. He took Denver's offer. He was already gone. Look it up. That's what I was saying about when we signed him. Stidham was gone like immediately at the free agency. He was gone. Okay. He was gone. So you're wrong. Yeah, Raiders were done with Stidham. That's true. And the reason why they were done with him is because they made an offer and it wasn't what he liked. So there you go. He was gone. They had Garoppolo as their number one target. They had him as their number one target. Stidham was already gone. So you'd be wrong. What I'm watching a Netflix commercial with Arnold? Okay. Anyway, I'm glad that Tom was on Wild Wild West. I'm glad. Tom's really good people, and you know, he definitely has the knowledge, very analytical. So I'm sure it was a great show. I'm sure it was a great show. So if you want to come into the show, and we got what, about an hour and a half. If you don't, what is it? If you don't come in, I ain't sticking around. Okay. Ed reminds us, and he still thinks Eddie. Yeah, Ed Winchell's our starting quarterback. God help us all. I'd be out there with my cane even if I could. I can't throw a football though. I can't throw a football. You want to come into the show? The Nation City or O'Connell to start game one if JG. Stiddy's not here. You're talking about Garbers. Change it, Jack. Poll question is, will Garbers or O'Connell start game one if JG is hurt, cut, etc.? Garbers, that's the kid's name. And Matt reminds us, because this is true, Stidham was not an answer at starting quarterback, looked at him as a backup only, and that's why they offered him the contract that they did. Denver's piling it on, 52-37, 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in the second. And remember, it's a 4-quarter game. Hey, Jake, call in, man. There you go. Jason Goss said he's going to call. That's always a welcome thought. Jason Goff is going to call in. Look at this. I will call in to bash Brady. Jameis Winston will start game one before O'Connell. Are you saying that we're going to trade for Jameis Winston? Or that he will start in New Orleans? He will start in New Orleans. Now, I will agree with this with Jack Ken. I will agree with that with Jack Kenna. I wanted Stidham as a backup. That I don't want it. That I don't want it. Jason, come back, come in, hit the link. I'm going to start. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, we got 3. In this order, Jason Goff is going to come in and bash. Going to come in and bash TB12 and whatever else he wants to talk about. Then Gabe will probably talk about the Giants or the Yankees or maybe both. Then Positive Philly will probably talk about, let me see. Could it be just the Phillies? Could it be the Eagles? We'll find out. That's why I'm here. I'm amazed. Okay. Jason Goff, my brother from another mother. Look at that beard. Hey, remember the last time you were in here, you had shaved, right?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you, Jason. Wow, man, that's
I did shave it. It was longer than this, but that's
Yeah, but no, I thought you basically you had it shorter than this. It was like really, really gone.
no.
No?
There's never a short. It's about how long.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So I've been sticking around for an hour and listening to things people say. It's like, this whole thing with Brady, he's the concept that there are 16 people that are operating in a Raider organization that are formerly Patriots is sickening. The idea that Brady would be like, he's going to be that quarterback if Gronk, if Garoppolo can't do it, is sickening. There's no reason why any of these words should be spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes us all very fucking pissed. So I don't like the idea that anything Patriots is going to be connected to the Raiders. Okay. But
too late now on that, Jace. Come on, man. We already got McDaniel. We already got Ziegler. We already got was it what was Amendola is a wide receivers coach? There's 3 that I know of right there. Who's the other? You said 16. Who am I missing? Who are the other 13?
They're assistant coaches and fucking players and all kinds of shit like that. It's like all these fucking bullshit people that bring it in.
Try to refrain from the Fs.
I'm sorry.
Right? No. It's only because my bosses will get on my butt.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You could say effing. You could say that the effing Radiates, because that's what I call them, the Radiates. Because it's Raiders and Patriot. The Radiates are, or the Patrioters, because there's more Patriots coming in. But yeah, go ahead.
We're just in a pickle because it's really difficult to continue to support our team, which we will always do. But now that the Patriots are in collapse, they still have some kind of like social collateral that allows them to be important in the NFL. And that sucks. And then the ultimate slap in the face, inhuman, that played in the game that I went to in the snow game, because I was there. I don't know who else was, but I was. Takes credit for a win that didn't deserve.
Yeah. I told you why I couldn't stand him when he went to the podium. When he went to that podium with that smug smile, that he had. I can't even give it. I cannot even have a smile that smug. Which, oh yeah, we knew it was a fumble, or we knew it was an interception. And that was a Freudian slip. It probably took him all for them to not say, yeah, we knew it wasn't a fumble or whatever, because he was a lying sack of crap. And he went, and so from that day forward, I couldn't stand his ass. If you had one given to you, all you do is you smirk and say, hey, well, sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. At least, kind of acknowledge that you got one over. Right? That's the way I would put it.
Yeah. If I was a beneficiary of some kind of shitty call, I'd be glad to hear about it. But you gotta admit to that. So you know what? The ref made a bad call, whatever. So that was a long time ago. You know what's crazy? I paid $250 for a playoff ticket at the last game at Gillette Stadium against the Raiders at a playoff game on Saturday night. I paid $250. That's how things have changed. So, but I always hate them, and we continue to fight against them and show how great our team is. express our superiority with our fanship and what we do with social interactions, raising money for kids and stuff like that. Pats fans just suck. They're just useless. They're pointless.
Did I tell you about when I went up there to the Garden? And I said that correctly because it's the Garden. Yeah. And I was wearing my Flyers jersey, which I knew better. But some a-hole kid, while I'm in line to use the head, comes up from behind and knocks my glasses off and runs away and laughs. And the people in line were saying, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And I had my cane. Not that I'm playing the old cripple, but I was the old cripple at the time, right? Had my cane, and the guy says, "Well, what are you gonna do, man? You're wearing a Flyers jersey." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
the Flyers weren't even playing that game. It was the Bruins versus somebody else, and I bought a ticket for my gal pal that I went to high school with because it was a present for her birthday. But this is the mentality of Boston fan. I can't stand them.
Yeah, that's a great example. They make me sick. They're just pathetic losers that don't understand sports. Mm-hmm. And so we fight them every day when it comes to football, especially. So thank you, Jack, for letting me come on and share that, because Boston fans suck. Raider fans are awesome.
There you go. And Jason, you can come on and say the same thing anytime that you see me on. I'll give you like 3 minutes of just saying Boston sucks, Boston, and I'll put you on a timer, and that's 3 minutes. I'll say, okay, that's good. That's a good, because that's a lot of time to say Boston sucks. But what I'm saying is you are always welcome. Why? Because, by the way, folks, if you don't know, that is the man. That is the president and founder, correct, of the New England Raider Boosters?
Co-founder.
Yep. And founder, the head friggin' honcho of New England Raider Booster Club. If you're ever in the area, if you're in that area during football season, and God help you, but you want to watch the Raiders, get a hold of Jason Goff, and it's Goffe. See, I don't have to look. I got, dude, you're here. I got you in my brain, man. Hit up Jason Goff and go hang out with the Raider Nation in New England. Is it Connecticut or Rhode Island?
We watched our games in Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew it was not in Massachusetts. It was one of the outliers.
Yeah, so we watched our games in Providence, Rhode Island, and but if you just Google New England Raider Boosters, we'll come up. We're on the Raiders website too as a official Booster Club. So my phone number and email is there. So
yeah, always look up Jason Goff. Did they still have the Booster Clubs listed on the Raiders website?
They do, but the connection between us and them is very, very limited. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But we're still there.
Yeah, I like I said, once I was no longer listed, and you knew what went on with that. I think I've told you about all that bull crap. And notice I didn't say F, and I wanted to. But yeah, I can. And people still say, "Oh, you're going down to Tampa? Well, Jack has his club down there." No. I haven't had my club since 2015. So, but I still get paid. Go talk to Jack. Well, okay. You can come here to Tampa and I'll find you some place to watch it. But even if it's my house, but normally I'm at the game. So it wouldn't be me going. Hey, are you gonna be in Buffalo?
Yeah, we're gonna support the Rochester club and all the guys that are up in Buffalo area. So we're gonna have a bunch of people drive up. I wish I could name them all, but Jay Morse and those guys that are doing the Buffalo, they're hosting everybody. So they actually had one hotel that sold out, and then they get another hotel at the airport that sold out, which is great. And they've got info about tailgating and all that kind of stuff. Let me just look real quick because I want to, if I could share it with you, I want to make sure I don't do them any injustice.
Yeah, I got with Rob Goffredo.
Yep. And what's great is like we did that twice before there was anything in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So we're super glad that they can do it because it's super fucking. It's a super giant pain in the ass to bring all that stuff
With you.
Buffalo, which is like for me it's a 9 hour drive. So,
Right.
but anyhow, we're glad they're going to do it, and we're going to be there supporting them, and we're going to be there for their party on Saturday night and their tailgate on Sunday, and we're going to see the Raiders win Sunday.
There you go. I can't wait to see that. And God, no. Now I got to ask you, Mr. Goff.
Yeah.
Do you see us going 0-10 out the gate?
No, absolutely. That's ridiculous. I mean, even if you said 5-5, that's kind of tough. But 0-10 is not possible. I mean, that's just
Right.
not. The NFL is too competitive where teams don't not show up for that amount of time. So I think going 0-10 is just ridiculous. So the person who said that, if they're going to spend, $10,000 to bet that in Vegas, go ahead. But if they haven't spent that $10,000 on that bet, then they should just shut up.
Exactly. Jason, as always, man, pleasure seeing you, sir. You take care of yourself. My brother from another mother, the guy who looks so much better than me. I mean, I have to have hair because I can't pull off a cube. I can't do it. I just have I got an ugly noggin, man. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it looks good from the side too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Yep.
Look at you bastard.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, Jack. Thanks, man. You're awesome.
Hey, no, you're awesome. I will see you week 2. I can't wait to give you a big, big bear hug, man. It's good to see from you.
Right on.
All right. Take care, Jason.
All right.
That's Jason Goff of the New England Raider Booster Club. Great guy. Great guy. Great guy. I can't say that enough because he is. Okay, now for the not quite adult show. I got to give him a little bit of crap. But hey, he's not in school anymore, so that's a good thing. Gabe, I got to ask, what were your final grades, man?
Haven't gotten, last day was today, so I haven't got the official grades back yet, but all A's and B's, so we're good. We're good.
Good,
No
good.
C's,
Well,
no
and this is no BS. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we still got a couple more years of school to go, and then we're into college. So
yeah. Well, and like I said, enjoy your life, but study hard.
Yep.
But enjoy what you got. Make it a nice, good balance of hard studying, but the fulfillment that you get out of it. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a damn, PSA, but it's true. It's the great times that you have when you're in high school, and then you build yourself to college. Like, did I tell people I was going to my second reunion this weekend? Did I already say that?
No, you. I don't know. I wasn't here for the first couple minutes.
Yeah.
So.
I went to my high school reunion 2 weeks ago, where I graduated. Right. And it was fantastic. And then the pictures came up on Facebook, and some of the people that are from the high school I went to my sophomore year, they're like, dude, want to see you. So I said, yeah. So I made arrangements to go back over to Orlando.
Yep.
Hang out with people that I went to my sophomore year with. Now, granted, I don't remember as many because, it was, just the 1 year, but I enjoyed it. So I'm going to enjoy myself this weekend, starting tomorrow night and Saturday, and drive home on Sunday. I'm going to go to my second high school reunion because I can, and I think that's going to be it. Point being, enjoy high school, enjoy the memories, work hard, play hard.
All right, now let's talk some sports. So I'm going to start off with the Giants. Obviously, OTAs going on. I'm sure the same is going with the Raiders, OTAs.
Yep.
And listen, this is what I'm going to say right now is if Darren Waller stays healthy, the Raiders will be bashed. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to that is where I am with Darren Waller, because he and Daniel Jones obviously have put in a lot of work this offseason. The catches he is making in practice right now is ridiculous. But again, I want to emphasize, if he stays healthy, that is the most important thing, obviously, with a player like Darren Waller. But the talent, he definitely has the talent. I mean, he
Yes,
definitely has the talent.
and Gabe, I don't think I never knocked him on the talent. I never knocked him on the talent. It was the attitude and his comments out the door.
See, that's your problem with your coaching staff. Is like every New England way coaching staff, they don't listen to their players. There's no highway, and they didn't want to listen to Darren Waller. So that's why he was not happy. No one wanted to listen to him. No one wanted to, talk with him. It was just, you do this, you do that, you do this. He didn't want to line up out wide, and they lined it up out wide. Like it was a lot of, back and forth of, I don't want, like, he didn't want to line up out wide. He wasn't good out wide. He never was successful out wide when you guys did that. And he tried to voice that, and you guys didn't want us to do anything about it.
Okay. Now let me ask you something though. Okay. Do you tell your boss what you're going to do?
I'm not saying, okay. Yeah, no, you don't. You do not tell your boss what you want to do. I'm not saying it's important to get your players' feedbacks. Okay. If you want to keep your locker room in a good mood and up, happy, excited to come to work every day, you have to have relationships with your players. That is the NFL. It is a business. It is a relationship business. And that's why, that's why Darren Waller likes being with New York so much. That's why he's so much more happier here than he was, at the Raiders. He's happy to go to work every day. He's happy to put in the work. And that's why I think he's going to be good. And BS on you, because you probably worshiped Waller when he was a Raider. So BS. He's a good tight end. He is.
He's a very good tight end.
Don't make up some BS.
He's a very good tight end when he's available.
Yes, and I know.
Right.
I came available,
on and when he's not a flaming rectal hemorrhoid, because between the noggin, man, or between the ears, he was an a-hole. He was an a-hole, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why he was and Gabe, what I'm telling you is this: is that until you have the cachet, okay. And Darren thinks he has the cachet, but he's a top 15. He's top 15 tight end in the NFL. I'll give him that. But he thought he was top 3, and he was
at one point. He was.
He was. But why wasn't he after that? Because he wasn't playing. And then when he wasn't playing, he got sulky and pissy. Kind of like a certain quarterback that plays for the Saints.
I still think he has that, that talent is still there. I don't think I think the Raiders made him not want to play for them. That's what happened. I mean, him and Carr were best. Okay, so I guess him and Carr had a relationship. Some sort of,
It wasn't the greatest because Carr called him out in press conferences without saying his name.
Yeah, okay. But my question is why did the Raiders make him one of the highest paid tight ends in the league if they really didn't believe in him, right? Like it's just, it doesn't all add up. Your regime came in and made him like the highest paid tight end ever. Like now you guys trash him. Like at the end of the year, you still saw the flashes of talent when he got on the field with you guys. You still saw he was dropping some stuff. He had some bad drops. But again, I think that's just getting to his head of what people were saying about him.
Here it is. Here's your answer right here.
And you know what? Keep saying that. Keep saying it. He just got
paid. Gabe, it's true.
He just got paid this past year.
When he got paid, he got. Go away, piss boy. You're just the piss boy. I don't have to listen to you. He didn't have the drive and determination when he got paid. But you know who else got paid and is still driving harder and is an all-pro and top 3 or 4 in their position is Max
Devontae
Crosby.
Adams.
No, Max Crosby.
Oh,
When
Max
he
Crosby.
got paid, he kept driving. And let's bring up Tay Adams, because Tay Adams still has the drive and the person, he might, and he said, and this is what he said, I don't agree with some of the things that are going on. And he said that. But you know what? He's a professional, and he keeps driving. He keeps to his word. He keeps performing. And Darren Waller didn't do it, Gabe. And that's why I got really pissy about him, is because when he got pissy, I wasn't giving him any due. And that's why I gave up on DC4, because when he got pissy and he became a locker room cancer, which Carr was and Waller was, I don't want you playing for my team. That's the truth.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I heard the horror stories. Believe me, I've read articles. But I think what's funny, though, is that your GM was like, to Joe Schoen, he was like, give me your second. And Joe Schoen was like, no. And then he was like, all right, give me your third. Joe Schoen was like, no. And he was like, and then Joe Schoen was like, I'll give you my 3rd round comp pick. That's basically a 4th round pick. And he took it. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. But here's the thing.
Whoa, wait a second. Doesn't that tell you how bad we wanted to get rid of him?
No, it tells me that you guys settled.
No, it tells me that we wanted to get rid of him so bad that we got the best that we can get, and we got rid of him. Got rid of the contract and got rid of a malcontent.
I think it's funny that you gave him the contract, though. I mean, you guys.
Because when we gave him the contract, in our mind, he was going to produce. When he didn't produce, and when he became a malcontent, we got rid of him. Why pay for somebody that is an a-hole? That's
I don't know. Everyone in the Giants is really happy about it. Everyone says he's a good guy around the building. He says hi to everyone. He says thank you. He says please. He's gone to all the training with the team. He's very good with Dable and Shane. He's very happy. I mean, honestly,
it's great, and it'll be fantastic for him. It'll be fantastic for him until such a time when he gets pissy and he pisses and moans and groans, or when he gets injured and then he's just going to sulk. Gabe, I'm not wishing it on him. I'm not. I'm just saying, if he can remain healthy, that's a big if. The same big if I say with Jimmy Garoppolo. If he can remain healthy, he is a positive, fantastic asset for the team. If Waller can remain healthy, it'll be great. But honestly, the only coach that got the best out of Waller was Gruden, because Gruden saw it and got him there. We gave him the money on potential. It didn't happen. We got rid of a malcontent. And I'm going to go back a couple other years when a certain player that I call 50 Who, and you know who that is, 50 Who, he didn't want to play for Gruden. He didn't want to play for Gruden. Mm-hmm. So because he didn't want to play for Gruden, we got rid of him. And we got what we could for him. I don't want anybody on my team. That doesn't want to play for my team. Okay? And if Waller showed that he didn't want to be there, we got rid of him. And it's good for you. If you get the greatest out of him, fantastic. But it shows you that we would have taken a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bag of chips and a Fresca if that's all that we were going to get for him. Oh, we'll get a pick for him too? Great. It's because we didn't want him.
So you're saying you'll have no regret if Darren Waller goes out there and produces 700 plus yards? No regret.
No. You know why? Because if he produces 700 plus yards, that means he's healthy. You get it?
All right.
Good for him. Here's the thing, though, okay? I want to see how he plays against the Raiders. If he plays against the Raiders. I think it's like week 9 or 10, right?
God, I hope he balls out. Yes, I think so, yes. He's not happy with you guys, so I'm sure he'll be extra if he's healthy. If he's healthy.
And I can guarantee you, if he's healthy, he's going to have a fantastic game.
Oh, and all NFL Network, oh my God, they're going to talk all about it. It's going to be great.
Right.
I can't wait.
But here's the thing. I don't care if he has 4 touchdowns and 250 yards, I want to be on the team that has one more point than the other team that night. I just want to win. Just win, baby. That's why Al Davis said it. It doesn't matter how ugly it was.
Mm-hmm.
Just win, baby. That's it.
Mm. Okay, Gabe, I want to address a couple comments here, just, because I love addressing my fellow haters. Gabe, why do you think the Raiders got rid of Waller? Because he wasn't a good fit for your coaching staff and because he didn't get along with anyone, apparently. Allegedly. That's what I read. ESPN.com. Jordan read on ESPN.com. Anyways, because he's replaceable and the Giants got nothing more than the Raiders' leftovers. I mean, it was your leftovers, but, let's not act like he was a terrible player, all right? We're avoiding...
He's not a terrible player. He's a living, breathing asshole. That's the point.
For 1 year on your team. 1 year on your team, he didn't.
It started out before when we had issues with him and we thought that we worked through it with all of his drug issues. It started sometimes then, and we even worked with him then. Okay. We worked with him when because he has substance abuse issues. You know that, right?
Had.
Okay. And when he had substance abuse issues, he was a pissy person then too.
I thought that was with the Ravens mostly, though.
But it's a matter of attitude. We worked with him. We made him, in fact, I hate saying it, John Gruden and the staff made Darren Waller who he is today. That's the truth. Because
you don't know. Don't act like you're best friends with Darren Waller. Let's not. You don't know.
Don't act like you're best friends with. So you know Darren Waller?
No, but you're coming on here and bashing him, saying that he's such an asshole. You don't know that.
Okay, so Dave, you know what you read, right?
I don't.
Wait, no. Answer the effing question. You know what you read?
Sure.
Okay. I know what I know because I read and I have people that work inside the effing locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that?
I know some beat reporters. That's about it, though.
Do you know people that know what's going on in the locker room?
Yes, I know. I talk to beat reporters. That's
not my question. Do you know people that knows what's going on in the locker room?
No.
Thank you. That's the difference.
Okay, but
that's the difference.
Okay, all right. So you're telling me, right, that you talked to someone that works inside of the Raiders cafeteria, right?
No, I did not say that. I know through sources people that work inside the effing locker room and know what the F is going on.
Right.
Okay. I know I have sources.
But have you?
I have several, by the way.
Have you?
I have several. I knew about the Adams trade before that people knew about it. I knew about the Adams trade because my buddy told me because he has a source in the locker room saying, "Guess what? We're getting Davante Adams." I'm like, "No." He goes, "Yeah." And by the way, the trade was supposed to be Davante Adams for Darren Waller.
I did know that. I did know that was part of the package. I heard that.
That was the original. Okay. And by the way, people are, okay. And I'm gonna say 5 minutes is up because Ed Winchell says that Mets sweep the Phillies. Thanks to James Farrell. I didn't need to hear that, but that's true. But again, what I'm saying, Gabe, go ahead and suck up on the Giants because that's fine. That you know about the Giants.
I'm not sucking up on the Giants. That's not what I'm doing.
My apologies for saying it like that. Preach the wonderfulness of the New York Giants.
It's called being a fan. It's called being a fan.
Great. Okay. But what I'm saying is, unless you know things about the Raiders, you're on the outside looking in.
I didn't say no. I said that in the Giants building, and so far he has been kind, all the teammates already enjoy his presence. They say
Good.
he has knowledge. He's helped the younger kids. He's helped the younger players. He's he's been kind to everyone. He's been kind to the coaches. He's been a leader in the tight end room. He has a lot of experience. He shared that experiences, and also like the drug thing. Like he's very open about that. So I'm not really concerned.
And that's fine. That's great. And I applaud him for that because he's got the right set of mind. He's in the right state of mind. And that's
right. And I think in the end, this worked out for both sides because he clearly needed a reset. The Raiders need a reset, right?
Yes.
And I think at the end, that's really the important thing is sometimes players just need resets. And we don't know how it's going to go because we need to see it translate to the field. But all I'm saying is right now, it's looking like he is going to be very, very productive for the Giants in a Giants uniform. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right now. I don't know what happened over at the Raiders. I heard the horror stories though. I heard he missed preseason games. I heard all this. Heard that. I heard Kelsey Plum. If Kelsey Plum gets traded to the New York, whatever it's called, WNBA team, the Liberty, I am gonna have some concerns. But Yankees are back. The Yankees are back, sort of. We get Josh Donaldson, Stanton back from rehab assignments.
That's good.
So sounds like we're gonna be up on the upswing here. Judge is kind of getting back into his groove after being injured.
Judge is like number 2 in home runs in the league, right?
Yeah, something like that. He's crazy. He's crazy good. And then I think they're getting their act together over there at the Yankees. So as long as Aaron Boone doesn't get ejected every other game, but
Well, I got to ask. I'm going to ask this. I want an answer, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay.
All right, gotcha.
What is it with the bull crap from WFAN saying that the Rays are cheaters? Not that we have any evidence about it, but they're cheaters. You heard that, right?
I think I heard something. I don't know enough about it, but all I'm going to say is WFAN is very New York biased radio. So
of course they are.
All right, so think of it like they're probably just looking for stuff. The Rays, they've been dominant for a couple years now, pretty much. And the Yankees and the Rays is a good matchup. I'm not gonna lie, it's always some good games. But it's WFAN. That's what I'll say. I like WFAN during the Giants season because I think they Tiki has a show, Tiki and Tyranny. That show's pretty good on WFAN. I don't know what show the cheating thing came on. But I don't really pay too much attention.
I don't know the two guys, but I know it was right out of WFAN. I'm just by the way, you had a homework assignment.
A homework assignment. Yes, the wide receiver for the Raiders. The Belindakoff, Mr. Belindakoff. He is a Hall of Fame receiver. Played for the Raiders. Do you want stats? Because I didn't really write those down.
No, stats are stats. Give me what you know about Fred.
So basically, he's one of the best players to play in a Raiders uniform. He might be top of the line, right? Top of the line. That's what I read. I read he's one of the best players to ever play in a Raiders uniform. I did read this. Is this true?
I would say that he's probably there's so many great players that played for the Raiders that I would say that it's hard to. Is different, but he is one of the best offensive players that have played for the Raiders historically.
He actually played for the Oakland Raiders because it wasn't Las Vegas yet because that just happened a couple of years ago. He's from Erie, Pennsylvania. I learned that.
Thank you. Yep.
I live in PA, and so obviously I know where Erie is. So that was pretty interesting. I believe he attended some Florida school. I think I
attended Florida State because that's where they get the Blitnikoff Award. It's a college award. He attended Florida State.
Yep, and I think that's all I remember exactly.
Then you didn't really get a chance to. I'm going to give you some extra time because he's remembered for a lot of other unique things.
He was a Super Bowl MVP. I did find that out too. He was a Super Bowl MVP once.
Okay, but there's more about Freddie Biletnikoff, his color, the stories, the unique things about Freddie Biletnikoff There's rules that came about from Freddie Blitnikoff and another Raider. There's other things that you need to delve into. So I mean,
I was doing finals already. I was studying for my finals, Captain. I swear though, I did look. That's all I remember.
So now that finals are over,
yeah,
delve into it a little bit more, please.
I will. I'm sure I'll do some more research because I'll have a lot of time on my hands every day now.
Good.
So I'll do some more research. Hey, when's your next show? Sunday?
Sunday.
So I'll come Sunday with some more stuff on Fred Blitnikoff. Is that how you say it?
Fred Blitnikoff.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And Jalen Hyatt won the Blitnikoff award. Anyways, Jalen Hyatt's gonna have a lot of learning to do in the NFL. By the way, learn that. But Captain, you have a good night.
Gabe, I'm sorry if you think I'm an a-hole. I get.
No, I was poking the bear. That's all.
Okay. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for doing your homework assignment. Enjoy the summer. But like I said, get ready for school.
And positive Philly, I apologize so much. I know I always tick you off by taking up like a lot of time. But
in the private chat, he says, dude, it's way too much. I'm positive Philly's next. And then we got Jack Kenna. Wait a second. But I might have Jack. How much minutes do you have on your phone, Jack?
Oh, I hope he has like 9.
wait, Jack, put it in private chat. Wait a second. I'm gonna bring Jack quick. Pause. You're gonna be next, unless wait, Jack. How many minutes you got left on your phone?
So Gabe,
yeah.
I played against your
no. How many minutes you got on your phone? How much?
I got 46%. I'm full life, pretty much.
Good.
Wait. I want to hear your story.
So Gabe,
yeah,
I played against your all-time leading receiver. Who is the New York Giants' all-time leading receiver?
Oh my God, there's so many.
No, there's only one.
That's your
no. I know,
assignment.
but there's so many like options.
No, who's the all-time?
I'm wearing your color right now. Come on.
All-time greatest receiver.
All-time New York Giants leading receiver.
I got it. Okay, so there's Plax. There's Tumor. My Tumor. Is it Amani Tumor?
You called it right there. So I played against Amani Tumor in high school.
Did you?
Yeah,
wow.
I did.
Because he went
to De La Salle.
Modern Day or De La Salle?
He went to De La Salle.
There you go. I knew it was.
So
one
I played against him.
Okay.
Wow.
He was a second-round draft pick by your team.
That's actually pretty cool.
Go backstage. I got to bring Positive Philly on because he was waiting. I wanted to make sure you had juice. Okay, that's why I asked.
All right. See you, Jack.
Okay.
Hey, Gabe. I like your passion, kid. I really do.
I appreciate it. Hey, it's all love in the end, no matter how much I piss off Captain. It's all love in the end.
That's all right.
All right, see you guys.
All right, get out of here, Gabe. I'm getting Positive Philly and Jack, go backstage. I'm bringing Positive Philly on because he was next. I'm glad you have some juice. I will talk with you in a little bit.
All right, I'll hush it up.
Okay, no, you're good. But I'm gonna bring Positive on. Pause, because I know you were here and you are correct. It's like, dude, shut up. 5 minutes.
What's up, Captain? How's it going?
It's true. I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Man, I'll tell you, I could be better. These Phillies, man, they have been so disappointing.
They have been.
It's like, we signed Trey Turner, he has so much more talent than he's shown us.
Yes.
I mean, I look at the World Baseball Classic, and he was killing it.
Yeah.
Like, we were calling he was like Captain America, hitting home runs, hitting grand slams. He comes in, and like they said, like halfway through the season, he has the same stats now that he did in the World Baseball Classic or something like that. And I'm like, and I'm telling everyone, I'm like, give it time. He's like kind of in a slump right now. Come June and July, we're going to, see a difference in them. And, Kyle Schwarber stepped up in June last year. I don't know. I mean, this is the beginning of this month is the time that we really need to see. Like, if we want to turn this season around, we got to do it now.
Yes, I agree.
And I mean, I was listening to like WIP the other day, the local radio station, and they're like, they don't think we're going to make the playoffs. Like if
right now, I don't think you are either. If you continue to play, I mean, what are they, fourth in the East, right?
Yeah, they're 29. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the record is, but
they were close. They were close to 500 before they went into the Mets series, and the Mets swept them. And the Mets were like 2 games over.
I want to say they're like 25 and 31 right now.
Yeah, they're
that.
not well. I mean, what they dropped. They were like not quite 500, and now they dropped 3. So I think they're probably about 4, 5, or 6 games under 500 or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I haven't looked at it. And again, it's okay. And they caught fire last year, but you're not going to do the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't want to just make the playoffs one year and have it be a fluke season. Like, you want to continue that, and you have the all-stars to build. Like, we have the players. It's not like we don't have bad talent. We have great talent, but we're just not producing.
That's true. And that is why when you say it's a team game, you can have the best players on a team, but if they're not playing up to their potential, you're going to suck.
Yeah.
And the Phillies don't suck, but they're barely above average this year.
Mm-hmm.
Barely above average.
Yeah.
But what else? What else is rocking your boat tonight?
Nothing. The OTAs, I don't really follow that, but I'm definitely getting excited for the season. It's funny. I'll actually be like me and like my entire family, like my cousins and all my grandparents and everything. We're going to Disney. We're going to Disney in September. I'll be away for the first 2 Eagles games.
So you're coming down here to Orlando, Disney?
Yeah, I'll be like in Disney World.
Cool. Okay.
The first 2 Eagles games. So I'm like, it is what it is. I mean, I obviously prefer, to be home because the Eagles play up in New England week 1. And that was kind of the game I don't want to say I was going to go to, but I might have gone to it. And then we play a Thursday night game at home. That's our home opener. So, I'm still going to watch the games, but it's like I'd rather be home than, be on vacation for it. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, I'm unless I get a good offer, I'm not gonna be in Denver. Right as of right now, I'm not going to be in Denver for the first game of the season. That can change if I get an offer. But the first game that I know I'm going to for sure is going to be in Buffalo. And that'll be week 2. And then I'm going out to Vegas to see the Stillers. I said that right, week 3. And then Los Angeles. As of right now, I'm not planning to be in Los Angeles either. So it looks like I'm going to go like miss, go, miss as of right now for the first 4 games. So I'll be like, going to half of the first 4 games. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
hopefully I'll get to a few games this year. I don't know. I definitely want to go to an away game. I don't know what I'm going to. I was talking to my dad about Dallas. They play Eagles Dallas Sunday night in a Sunday night game in December, and I was saying that's sneaky, because he lives down in the Dallas area, so I'd meet up with him, but I don't know.
Yeah, I finally met Sneaky at the draft. It was good to see him.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I got a chance to see him at the draft. I saw Jamie at the draft. I saw Sneaky.
Was that the first time you met Sneaky?
Yeah, it was the first time I met Sneaky. It was good to see him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting closer, but we got to get through summer, and I'm gonna start working tomorrow. I start my first shift tomorrow. I'm working at a sports complex.
Cool. And I know you were doing your tech school stuff. Good things, good in school too.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I'll start up in September.
Okay. Well, hey, enjoy your mix. Enjoy making some money, man. Enjoy the summer as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then who you got winning the finals? I'm watching that right now.
Actually, I'm glad you asked that. Because that's what I was going to ask for you. I think, and it's not just based upon this game, because right now the Denver is just whooping Miami. I do have the Nuggets winning. And again, I don't know how many games it's not going to be a sweep by any stretch. It won't be a sweep, but I have Denver winning the finals against Miami. And in hockey, I think the Panthers will win.
Are you going for the Knights though?
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Knights because I said that the Panthers always they're like the nemesis of the Lightning, and you know what? The Lightning is kind of like my backup team, and so the Panthers are that cheap shot team that always plays, like not nicest. So I couldn't root for the Panthers. So I'm gonna root for the Knights in hockey, and I think the Panthers will win.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say Nuggets and Panthers.
Okay, so we agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool. Anyway, give me a ring back up whenever you want to talk. Maybe on Sunday, maybe we can talk about the Phillies winning a few. Who are they playing next?
The Nationals down in DC this weekend.
Well, good. That they should take at least 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. Just saying. Hopefully. At
All right,
least 2.
you have a good one.
All right, buddy. You take care as well.
Peace.
All right. That's Positive Philly. Good to see him staying on the positive grind. And I'm happy to bring Jack Kenna back. This is not a dual appearance because because again, I only say you're only allowed on once, but this is his once. He had a preview, so it doesn't count because everybody says, that I don't do that. Nutty Raider Nate, good to see you as well in here. Good to see him.
Nate, cool Kev. Ed said he's going to come on. Let's go, Ed. So,
did Ed said he's coming
Roku.
in? Cool. Yeah, it's.
Oh,
my goodness,
Cap.
dude! You got 5 minutes because I got OG Jack Daniel just popped in.
OG, my brother. That is my ultimate brother right there. Cap, are you on Roku?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I love your kid.
Do you want to go on a three-way call?
Yeah, do it. Come on, bring him on.
Only because it's OG, and I know that
because OG is my boy, so I love OG.
Exactly. Yeah, only because
I got a big hugs and hearts for both you brothers. So this is my ultimate tandem right here. If I can be on with like you guys right now, this is my hugs and hearts. I will always support all of you guys. So I like Gabe. It's like, I know Gabe's young. I love the fact that he has passion for his team, the New York Giants. And it's like, Gabe, if you're watching, yes, I did play against Amani Toomer in high school. I played against him.
It's not a tumor.
So Gabe, do your research and wonder why, like Cap said, what did they outlaw going into years future, like with our one of our greatest wide receivers? He's not the greatest wide receiver.
No.
In my mind, he's not. It's like the guy playing across from him was like even better. And then we got other players like, coming in like in Timmy B. We're even better than that.
Yeah.
But, I showed you guys a Cap.
I got you. But
Gabe, I love your passion, kid. Don't ever stop it. Be a spokesperson for your team. Do your channel and, grow the young people in the New York Giants and, and show them what you know. You have a lot. You know a lot for be a young man. So I respect that. So with that being said, Cap and my brother OG, how you brothers doing?
Doing okay. Just keeping a even keel in life. Have to.
I hope your health is doing good, brother.
Yeah, for sure, man. I saw you pop in. I'm like, wow, because I'm glad to see you.
I spent the draft. I watched the draft from my hospital bed at the VA. one of the cancer medications that they started giving me, they think might have been raising my blood pressure, and so they put me on blood pressure meds, and started having some weird side effects, like just walking down the hallway and then all of a sudden stumble, falling down, things like that, and then realized the blood pressure medicine was a little too strong. I was getting up, wanted to make a cup of coffee, and woke up in a puddle of blood on the floor. My kid screaming, pulling my shoulder. My tooth went through my lip. I got 5 stitches in my lip. I broke a rib, and I ended up going to the hospital. And they ran bajillion tests on me, and they took more blood. I swear to God, they treated me like a voodoo doll. And so I got to keep things emotionally on a more even keel, avoiding anything with sodium. Oh my God, that's so hard to do because everything has sodium.
Yeah.
Just had to dial life down a little bit.
Okay.
So OG, since talking last time, are you improving? It's like how honestly are.
Yeah, I mean the blood pressure is getting better. I just had to cut the dosage in half.
That's good. That's good, brother.
Just chilling, watching what's going on in the off season. Started watching a lot of different content creators on different sports channels. Just hearing what they're saying, kind of like not spying, but like, what's their opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? What's these guys doing? Like AFC, NFC, everybody. But yeah, I mean, like this year, last year I was so psyched up and everything else, and it was a huge letdown. This year I'm keeping it on an even keel and not getting too emotionally involved. I don't have a choice. It's my health,
And amen to that. Like I said, I would much rather talk to you than have you jumping out of your skin and me not talking to you the next day.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much of a choice. I've always had a pretty fiery personality. It's just why.
You can remain fiery. It's kind of like the scene in Major League where he has the transistor radio listening to the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's watching the British soap opera thing, and the nurse comes in and he's like, he's looking at him they don't see the radio. Says, "Oh man, I just get into this," like that, right? But that could be you, but just make sure that you tone it down.
Like I said, I can't let myself get all overexcited. I have to monitor my blood pressure every freaking day and handle work, watch what's going on. I'm just, yeah, exactly. It's exactly right. So I got to monitor what's going on, and I got to just focus on my work, get done, focus on any projects I might be working on, get done, and then chill. Can't get myself like watching the games and stuff. I'm going to be much more dialed down this year. I'm not going to be like screaming and yelling at the TV. I just can't do that. I can't do that. I'd rather live.
Right. And I agree with that.
Yeah. Take care of your health, brother. It's like, we all love our Raiders. Like, we're all Raider brothers. Like the nation, these right here, these guys are my brothers. So I love these guys, and I will support them any way, shape, or form I can. But, OG's health is like, it's more important than any game, dude. It doesn't matter. Football is football.
Right.
Like when it start calling out like war is war, you guys are both all veterans. War is not war. This is just a football game. It's a pastime, a national thing that we love to watch and like participate in. It's not like what's going on like with Russia and Ukraine or anything like that. So they stopped calling it war. So, OG, I'm here every day, 24/7 for you, brother. You can call me anytime you want, and I'm always going to be here for you.
Ask you a question, Jack Kenna. How long you been a fan? How many years?
I started watching my first game on TV was on a black and white TV in 1974.
Yeah.
My first Raiders game, because it was cheaper to buy, and my dad and my mother, both sides of my grandparents were all Niner fans.
Right.
But it was cheaper to buy Raider tickets
Mhm.
than Niner tickets. So they bought Raider tickets. And so my first game was a preseason game in 1975. So Otto retired in 74. And you guys know how much I love Otto.
Yes.
I love that guy. And then Art Shell turned around to me. It's like we had tickets on the Niner side and Candlestick. And Art Shell turned around and gave me the number one finger. It's like, number one is what Upshaw did that same year. And I was a super fan. I had to borrow $1. My dad's like, oh, you want $1? I had $6 in my name. I wanted to buy a Raiders hat. It was $7. And he said to me, he's like, you have to say go Niners. I'm like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not a Niners fan. I'm a Raiders fan. But he ultimately, he took me to the game, gave me $1. So I bought a Raiders hat.
What year?
1975.
Okay, so you've been a Raiders fan for 48 years.
Is that? Oh my God, I'm getting old.
So between the three of us, we have 149 years of Raider fandom. 149 years.
We've seen all the good stuff. The Raiders being the best team in all sports.
When you expected
759
them to
winning
win every
percentage.
week, you always expected them to win.
Always.
Yeah.
There was no we're gonna lose.
No, because they did
759
win.
winning percentage.
Right, but they did win. That's why.
Well, we saw the downturn too.
Yep.
And I respect all the kids that are watching us, like EC. The kids that don't even know what a winning team is like, and yet we experience a dominating.
They didn't get to see our glory. They didn't get to see the glory live on black and white TV. That's what we had to.
Black and white.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, well, guys, I just wanted to pop in and say hi, show some support. I'm glad you
did. I'm glad you did there, Dan.
Yeah, I'm up late, man. I'm just, I got to get some sleep, finish up the week. It's been nice having a 4-day week.
Yeah. Well, and I salute both of you brothers. You guys are both military, and thank both of you guys for your service. And I respect that beyond more than most people. And God bless you guys. Thank you for what you did. Really did.
Jack's still serving.
I work for a military company, but I'm not military.
No.
I
I'm
haven't
talking
done
about
what you guys
Captain
done.
Jack. I'm talking about Captain Jack still serving.
Yeah, in all intents and purposes, yeah. I just don't wear the uniform,
right?
But I still deal with military stuff.
Yep. So, anyway, good night, guys. Good talking to you again. It's been a while, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, Dan, I'm glad to see that you're well, my shipmate. And again,
getting there. All right, well, you guys have a good night.
All right, OG, let's talk tomorrow, brother.
Good to see you. Good to see you, OG. Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure.
Man, that was a special guest right there. Real special guest. It was
yeah. I mean, when I saw him pop in, I'm like, it's so good to see. It's so good to see him. It's so good to see. Yeah, Cool Kev said, 3 Jacks. Captain Jack, OG Jack Daniels, and Jack Kennedy. Yeah, 3 Jacks. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't know about OG Jack Daniels, how he got his nickname from your show.
Right.
And Bill Piano coming on your show.
Yeah. Phil's one of a kind.
I missed out in asking you know, Cliff Branch, when I met him live at a game and he bought me a drink as being like a 22-year-old kid. And I was so starstruck. I didn't know what to ask him. How are you doing? How's life? Now as an older man, I would have so many questions for him because, you know, he transformed the game. Everyone talks about Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
But Cliff Branch is the Tyreek Hill back in those days and went from a running league to a passing league, and he dominated that generation. And I will say this, like, you know what, you gave the homework assignment to Gabe. So who do you think was a better wide receiver between the two?
Well,
Cliff?
here's the thing. And I'm not copping out, but it's going to sound like a cop out. It literally is apples and oranges.
They are apples and oranges. Like, you know,
Exactly. Because
so Gabe, if you're still watching, there's your answer right there.
no, but see, here's the other thing though. It's and as you know, and we won't give him any hints, but he didn't need that. He didn't need it. It was up here. He needed it up here. He didn't need it. Okay. But here's the other thing. Was it Fred Blitnikoff was the Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, you know, he was your Renfro presently. He was your possession.
But he's an outside receiver. He's not an inside receiver.
But the thought was, if you needed a first down, if you needed 11 yards, he'd get you 12.
Agreed. I totally agree.
If you needed 25, he's going to get you 26. He's going to get you one more than what you needed because he would get it. And he didn't have the greatest speed, but he
hands like glue would stick him.
He'd shake and bake you. He'd shake and bake you, and that's why even when he's at Florida State, people thought, hey, guy, he's pretty fast for a white guy. He's pretty fast. So he would use his shakes and his quickness and his precision route running, and then going out of it to where he needed to be, and that's when Stabler or LaMonica would hit him. Okay. And Branch was he was the open up the top. But honestly, Cliff Branch wasn't the first Raider to do that, though.
Well, Cliff Branch wasn't until I got three fingers right, year 3.
Yeah.
And then he learned how to route run.
Right.
And then he became dominant.
Right.
And he's got 3 Super Bowls with our Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but Cliff, it took him a couple years to become the dominant player because the first couple years he couldn't catch a cold.
And you know, that's like, you know, going back a little bit, it's like, you know, Henry Ruggs, like the nation talking about him. Man, I wish to God that it didn't happen for that kid and he was here because, you know, I saw him on the same path as Cliff. And it is so sad. And I pray for the families that had injuries and for his family. And it's so terribly sad. But I saw Ruggs being the same kind of type player. But Cliff is like ultimately special. Mm-hmm. If I had to put him on the Raiders, like, you know, all-time list, number 2.
Number 2, okay.
Timmy B is number 1. I'm not going to count like Jerry Rice because he brought over, or James Lofton because he's brought over. Yeah. I'm talking number 2 in the all-time Raiders history. It's like, you know, when Raider Nation talks about running backs, we got Marcus Allen, we got Bo Jackson, and right now we have a special kid on our team in Josh Jacobs. So it would be like, honestly, it will be more detrimental to the Raiders to not give him the contract that he needs versus giving him the contract that he needs, because, you know what, it just tells the Raider players in that locker room if you excel and you exceed at your position, even though the running back position is like not a top position, or the linebacker position, which are two big needs for our team, then it's going to hurt this team. It's going to hurt it for years down the line. So give Josh Jacob what he needs. Honestly, especially now when we're talking about Jimmy G being hurt. I'm sorry, TB12 is done. He's not going to come over on this team. And we're going to probably have to start a guy like O'Connell, which I do like the draft pick. I read your comment to me in the comments. I do like O'Connell in the 4th round. And then you know what we saw, Cap? We saw a run on quarterbacks right after O'Connell.
Yeah.
There was a big run.
And
so I like where we got him.
We moved up to get him because he was of that sphere quarterbacks. Okay. Now, granted, Hooker was like a 1A that went earlier, and we could have
your guy McKee too.
We could have drafted
later.
Right. We could have drafted Hooker like a 1A, but no, we didn't. We drafted Mayer, which I agreed with. And McKee, I would have loved to have gotten McKee, but he went, he was in that kind of that series where, who's the quarterbacks that we need? And I can't call him AOC because that'll just make me, that'll just make me barf to say no.
The Fresno kid?
No, I'm not saying when I say AOC, I can't say AOC because that just leads me to have high blood pressure. But O'Connell, he is dynamic in the fact that he does the job. He's the look at what I got. He can dissect it. He can figure out where it needs to go. His intangibles, as far as football IQ,
he's a competitor.
Is great. And so if we have to start O'Connell, so be it. So be it. Now, will that mean that will probably have a winning season? No,
not at all. It's like
if we start O'Connell and we have, and this is why I know that you would be interested in this, because if we have a crappy record like that person says we're going to lose the first 10 games and we're going to be 14, then you're going to have a top 4 pick. Okay.
And so, Cap, so you know me. I've been saying this for like 9 months now. If we do have a top 4 pick, where are we going? In my mind.
Oh, if we have a top 4 pick, we're going to move up to number 1 or number 2, depending upon who we really want. And by the way, don't lose sight on May out of North Carolina. Okay. Because it's all about up here. Williams is the best athletic quarterback going. He's the best athletic quarterback going. But May is the intangibles, and he's still athletic, but he's not a Caleb Williams. But I really think you got to be number 1 to get Caleb Williams. You got to be number 1 to get Caleb Williams.
Well, you have to trade that for him. It's like Raider Nation. It's like, I don't watch a lot of college football, but I do watch Notre Dame football.
Mm-hmm.
And like our tight end, Mayers, I don't care about Waller. Waller can go. Bye-bye, Waller. Because, this kid is like people are like throwing it out there. He's a Todd Heap. He's a Todd Heap. He's not super fast, but he knows how to use his body. He knows how to break moves and get open. He knows how to block. He does everything super well. He was the number 1 guy that led the Notre Dame offense in reception, catches, everything. He did everything for that team. That was the offense was driven through him. So he knows how to be the number 1 guy. So with Waller going and he coming in, love it. So next year, guys, it's like, yes, I've been saying this for like 9 months. After watching Caleb Williams destroy, not win, but destroy my Notre Dame team. Man, that kid absolutely 100% remind me of Patrick Mahomes. If you want to beat a Patrick Mahomes, you need a Patrick Mahomes. And that kid is like that type of kid. So that's why I'm saying if we don't do well, if Jimmy don't come back, we know TB12 won't come back, and we don't do very well. I'm heartbroken, but I'm not heartbroken because I could see next year just going all in for this kid. I really do. Honestly, I really do. Because you know what? That is Patrick Mahomes staring Patrick Mahomes in the face, but on a rookie contract. So that's my take on that. So take it or leave it, Raider Nation. But that makes me excited. I was like, I no folding ever, no not losing games on purpose. Go all in, go all out. But we can have a high of like 9-8, in my opinion, if Jimmy G was healthy all season. Mm-hmm. And we can probably have, a win radius like, 6 wins. And if we're at 6 wins, then I'm okay with going all in. What's your thought, Cap?
Well, and here's the thing, and I'm also going to take what Matt says. If we suck and end up with less than 5 wins, as Mark Davis, have the patience to keep McDaniel, I hope the answer to that is yes. Because as I've been stating again and again and again, and by the way, Denver's going to win this game. It looks like up 13 with 1 minute and 38 seconds left. So Denver is up 1-0 on the NBA Finals. I hope that they keep McDaniels because I want to see the cake. I want to see the fully baked cake, 3 years, and see what he does. Because if you pull it prematurely, you're just hurting yourself. Okay. If you see the cake, if you see improvement this year, even if we have the same record, if it's still a 6-11 record, it's did we lose because of X, Y, and Z? Because we lost all of those games last year that were close. Where the year before we won like 75% of them. Last year we lost 80% of them. So we flipped on that. It's how the team plays. And if they didn't lose it in the end, if it's one of those things where they just went out and they got outscored or they didn't give it away, it's how there's losing and then there's how you lose. So if they're a better team, I'll take a same 6-0. I really think that 7-10 is an improvement. And as long as the Raiders show improvement, I can see that. But if they don't, and if they have a crappy year, and it's because we're starting a rookie or a first-year player, and there's a difference between a rookie and a first-year player because Garbers would be the first-year player, then you live with that. It's a bump year. But you get what you can out of it. And I firmly believe I don't want Carson Wentz at this point. I don't want Cam Newton at this point. I would trade for Gardner Minshew. Okay. I wanted Jacoby Brissett, and people were telling me I was smoking crack.
No, I agree with you on that one. The other one I don't agree with. Brissett, I do agree with.
Yeah.
But, let's roll with what we got. It's like, if we don't do good, then we got a potential to center our team for the next 10 years. Let's roll. It's like, let's roll, Raider Nation. It's like, Tyree Wilson, just like Jimmy G has got a foot injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had Carter. Carter was out there, and I wanted Carter because you know what? The NFL is going to interior defensive tackles that can push the pocket. Mm-hmm. But the Raiders are going a different direction. It's not like Cap when you and I were kids. Wait. Let me stop. Let me finish, please. So it's not like when we were kids. We're outlaws, right? We were outlaws when we were kids. And Carter had some, issues in the off season. So after Ruggs, like, killing a person and speeding and drinking under driving, we want to get rid of that type of, we don't want that persona. Mark Davis doesn't want that. So he's going with the kid that's like, more like, doesn't have that type of persona. So we take Tyree Wilson, who's a beast. We know he's going to be a beast. His comp is Chandler Jones. When Chandler Jones was young, he was a beast. It's not the Chandler Jones of now. It was the Chandler Jones of earlier. But he's got a foot injury.
Okay.
And Stevie G's got a foot injury.
Yeah,
so can these guys play this year? It's like, maybe they can, maybe they can't.
I'm going to cut you there. I'm going to cut you right there because you said that the Raiders are going in a different direction. Au contraire, have you looked at what they have at their interior defensive line that they picked up last year and this year? Did you look? Because last year
I see what we got.
They picked up
Farrell. Did we take Carter?
They picked up Farrell and Butler.
We did. And Farrell had a top 95 run grade, but not a pass rusher.
Okay, but that's the interior that you're talking about. Farrell and Butler were interior studs at Tennessee and LSU. And this year we drafted Young out of Alabama, whose stats are almost identical to Carter without the head case issues. Look it up.
Well, I like the Young pick in the third round. Yeah. I do. I can see him on the NASCAR package. So it's like, who do you cut out? Like, Nichols. I can see him taking over his job. Ball's on notice right now. Like, you didn't last year. Start stepping up and do something this year.
I agree.
And I do like my other Notre Dame boy that we got from the Chargers.
Tillery. Yep.
Yeah, Tillery. So
I keep telling
Coach doesn't give him any respect.
Said you guys are down on Tillery. I said because you asked Tillery to do everything, but to get your groceries, go cook them, go into a lingerie, give you fellatio, balance your checkbook, everything. And no, the Raiders said 2 gaps are yours.
He made one bad play. Honestly. Yeah. In my mind is like when you swipe the ball out of the hand of the player out of bounds
and the officials
got us a 15-yard penalty.
And the officials called it wrong. It should have been a delay of game penalty, not a personal foul. Because the officials called it a 15-yard personal foul, and it should have been a 5-yard delay of game. And that's out of the friggin' rule book. They called it wrong.
It kind of like listening to the Wild Wild West show and with Coach. I think he has some regrets of letting him go. In my mind, just that's my mind. Because I really don't think he really wanted him to go. But what are you going to say when you cut him?
He's cut. So you think kind of like Gabe goads me with Waller. I'm like, okay, Darren Waller's a giant. Good for him. Okay. Jerry Tillery is a Raider. Good for us. Okay. Mm-hmm. A change of scenery will do folks well. Okay. And I just hope that we have our quarterback of the future either this year with O'Connell, whether we picked him up last year in Garbers, or whether we're getting him next year with a top pick and I think Galen Williams is still going to be. That's not going to happen because whoever is the first.
Mark my words, brother.
Whoever
I've been saying this for almost a year now.
If the first pick is to a team that needs a quarterback, they're not going to trade out of that first pick.
Well, you're probably right about that. But, if we're top end and they don't need a quarterback, this year the Cardinals didn't need a quarterback, we can see it. So it's gonna be a really interesting year because I don't have any expectations this year. I have none. I've had you and I as brothers, and it's we've been watching these Raiders, 759 win percentage. We win every game. I don't have any expectations. because it rides on our quarterback with Jimmy G. Jimmy G's got a hurt foot. Tyree Wilson's got a hurt foot. And we saw, like, what was it, Mike Evans was on our team, had a hurt foot, and couldn't even ever come back.
Mike Evans plays for the Bucks. I think you're talking about Cole. Ford. You're also talking
who was
about
the Williams guy that played for our team that we got from the Chargers?
From the Chargers?
Yeah, it was from the Chargers.
No, Mike Williams is still on that team.
No, not that Mike Williams.
Yeah. The one we had, like, Tyron Johnson, and he couldn't pick up the playbook. He was the speedster that we got from the Chargers. He just couldn't pick up the playbook, which was why he's gone.
Well, somebody from Raider Nation, like, look it up, like the Chargers wide receiver that we signed for, like, under the, like, 4 years, $40 million, and his foot never got healthy. So foot injuries can be, like, really, really bad. So
yeah, well, like I said, Jacoby Ford, McFadden
was there.
They both had Lisfranc injuries, and so that's why they didn't pan out, because they both had Lisfranc injuries. I'm not sure. Oh, I know there was a charge that we signed. There was a couple.
I was thinking Williams, Williams comes to my mind.
It might have been another Williams.
But
yeah, because he was the guy that should have gotten the touchdown against the Jets when I was up in New York, and he played. Yeah, I remember something. Tyrell Williams. Thank you, Tyrell
Williams. There it is. I knew it was a Williams guy.
Yeah. But because the other
thank you, Sierra. Hey, Mike Sierra, salute, brother.
Yeah, and Daniel said it as well. Terrell Williams. So.
Yeah, so foot injuries can be nasty. So, like, I never expected, honestly, like, now, like, the undercoverings, like, why the contract got delayed for 1 year, day, and it's like,
well, don't you agree with that? We did the best thing we could.
Well, I know they're trying to do what their best they can, but
No. When we saw how bad his injury, we knew he was injured.
So I'm gonna pop up a lot of chat now on your channel, right? So we're gonna sign a Jimmy G with the bad foot, and then we talk about, like, I will not say I respect your channel.
Don't say it.
Mick S, and we let Carr go.
Just say McDaniel, man.
S Carr go. So we let S Cargo go. And Jimmy G is not even, like, can't even play. And Mick S says,
McDaniel.
run the play. Run the play, right? Cap, come on. Let me finish. Run the play. And you can't audible out of it, which is one of his best things that he does, is audible out of the plays to get a better play. And he won't let him do that.
If you don't know the playbook, in his mind, that's the first thing that you have to know. If you don't know the playbook well enough, he's not going to trust you.
Well, we both know Carr well enough, and we know that he can audible out of a play. But when the coach goes on TV and channels and says, run the play, he had no chance. So I can understand why the total disconnect between him and the quarterback, and we had to let him go.
If the coach says to run the effing play,
run the effing play.
Run the play.
So is Jimmy Garoppolo going to get the same type of treatment? Run the play, or be able to call out of it. Does Jimmy G even know how to run out of an audible, like, do call an audible? Or is it the same thing? So it's like,
Dark, it's live. This is live, Dark.
Hey, Dark. My brother, Dark. Salute, brother. It's like, that's what kills me, dude. I mean, honestly, it's like, I won't say what I said, But that's what kills me. If you let a car run his own audibles, which is absolutely 100% like his strength to know and read a defense, like a Peyton Manning. It's like, I'm not saying he's a Peyton Manning, but I'm saying he knows how to call out of like the play and call an audible to do what you need to do. And this coach is like doing the same thing, which we watch on the Wild Wild West show, which Richie says like he doesn't know how to do that. Run my play. I'm gonna get rid of my quarterback. Run my play. If he can't let a quarterback have some like chirp and like chime in to like do the stuff, has he grown? He's grown. See,
you're breaking up. I'm gonna say this, and we're almost at 1:55, so I got to start my outro pretty soon anyway.
So ask this question to Richie, and for me. So McDaniel says run the play. Is he going to let a quarterback call out audibles? In the NFL, you need audibles to call out of a play when you see a defense. He couldn't do that in Denver. He couldn't do that last year with our Raiders. Is he going to be allowed to have the quarterback do that again next year? So I'm looking for that answer in your show with the Wild Wild West show too.
If the McDaniel, and that's his name, by the way, not Mick.
Oh, I know his name.
Not Mick S. Just call him Mickey D. As
Mickey D. So
Mickey
is
D.
McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go. Call him Mickey D's. If he knows the playbook and he has confidence in the quarterback knowing the playbook, I think he would have a little bit more latitude to let Jimmy G call an audible. Because when Gruden was coach, he did the same thing with Carr. He said, run my play. Yes, he did. Oh, go back, Jack.
Well, here's what Gruden said. Gruden said,
go back to Gruden's first year as his coach. He said, run my effing play.
Well, what Gruden said about Carr is that Carr's got a photographic memory and knew my plays in preseason.
He told Carr, run my effing play.
So do you remember that, Coach? I mean, Cap. It's like you remember like when AG said, hey, Carr's got a photographic memory, and he remembers all my plays. He calls them out for me. That's the reason why they got along so well. It's like JG would say something, Carr would remember it. That's why they became neighbors in Vegas. He understood him. But here's the thing about McDaniels. I said McD. He doesn't let any quarterback call his own audibles. Did he let it happen in Denver? No. And did he let it happen with Carr? No. So will we let it happen next year with Jimmy G? I hope so.
And Jack, if that's what he wants, you do what the effing coach wants. And if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And in this way, you blame it on the coach.
Yep. And you know what? Next season, brother, we're going to be on a live show again. And if we do really, really poorly because of him, maybe we'll have that quarterback that I want.
I don't think
and so. And maybe we'll be talking about this differently and have a different head coach. So, all right, Cap. So I'm going to let you go, dude. I know you're speeding me up. So,
yeah.
Good night, brother. Good night, Raider Nation. I love all you guys. Good night.
Yeah, Jack Kenna, thanks for being here. Jack, I wasn't trying to be, and I just said I'm up on the clock. Like I said, I got to have under 2 hours so I can use this as another show. Okay. I got to have it under 2 hours. I got to do my outro. We will see you Sunday. Sorry about me not being there yesterday, but I'm glad that T3 Tom Jones was there to fill in for me. You know, Florida has power outages, especially during this time of year. Y'all take care. I will enjoy my second high school reunion this weekend, and we will see you Sunday. Like, share, please. And hit those comments after the show. It gets the algorithm up. Take care, everybody.